Good evening, folks. John Rich, it's Friday. John Rich Happy Hour. We made it to another Friday. It's good to have you guys on. And, man, I've been looking forward to this one all week long. And we got a great guest coming up. As if you've been watching me on my other channels, you've seen that Guy Fieri. Is it Fieri? Fieri? That's actually one thing I'm going to ask him. How are we supposed to say your last name? But Guy is going to be coming on and hanging out with us. And I hope you guys had a good week. It's been quite a week in our country, as we all know. And I think we've earned ourselves a happy hour. Can I get a yeehaw for that? So before we get started, one little toast. Little Redneck Riviera whiskey on ice. Here's to you, America. Thank you for hanging in there and joining me again this Friday for the John Rich Happy Hour, Big and Rich Facebook channel. I appreciate you. I hope wherever you are around our country or around the world that you're doing okay, that your families are good, and that things are starting to turn in a positive way for you. On the count of three, give me a yeehaw. Say 1, 2, 3. Yeehaw! Drink her down, drink her down. All right. So far, I have not repeated very many songs in all these live streams. I try to keep it fresh. If you knew me very well at all out on the road, my nickname's Johnny Jukebox, meaning that I know a lot of songs. And I love old country music, so I thought I'm going to try something a little different, see if I can pull off a song that was a duet between Dwight Yoakam and Buck Owens at the same time. Can I be Dwight and Buck at the same time? The answer is, of course, no, you can't. But I'm going to do my best. Here we go. God bless you guys. Glad you're here. Welcome to my house. I came here looking for something I couldn't find anywhere else. Hey, I ain't trying to be nobody. I just want a chance to be myself. I've done 1,000 miles of thumbing. That's the Buck Owens part. Yes, I've worn blisters on my heels, just trying to find me something better. Here on the streets of Bakersfield. Hey, you don't know me, but you don't like me. Say you care less how I feel. How many of you would sit and judge me? Walk the streets of Bakersfield. Spent a night in San Francisco. I spent a night there in the cane. They threw this drunk man in my jail cell. Took $15 from that man. Left him my watch and my old house key. Don't want folks thinking that I'd steal. Then I thanked him as I was leaving. I headed out for Bakersfield. Hey, you don't know me, but you don't like me. Say you care less how I feel. How many of you could sit and judge me? Walk the streets of Bakersfield. Hey, you don't know me, but you don't like me. Say you care less how I feel. How many of you could sit and judge me? Walk the streets of Bakersfield. How many of you could sit and judge me? Walk the streets of Bakersfield. Dwight Yoakam and Buck Owens, how to do? Huh? Pretty good. I held in there. Hey, thank you guys for joining. It's good to have you here. We're still under this quarantine, kind of, I guess. But honestly, I've kind of gotten to like these live streams. It's cool because we can't do concerts right now, so this is it's a really cool way to be able to talk to you guys and sing a little bit. And I do look at your comments. It's kind of hard to catch them live because there's a little bit of a lapse going on between me and you, so I might miss some of them. But I do go back and actually read them after we do these live streams, and I make notes. And a lot of people asked last 2 or 3 times I did these live streams to sing a particular song, and it's a song that I wrote in 2009. That was about, remember when the big shutdown happened and the stock market crashed and all the businesses were laying everybody off, and it looked like the owners of those businesses were taking bonus checks, and it was just terrible. And it really, honestly, ticked me off pretty good. And I said, I'm going to write a song about that. Nobody will probably ever hear it, but whatever, it'll make me feel better. And so I wrote this song called Shutting Detroit Down. And never thought it would be a single, never thought it would come out on the radio or anything like that. That's not really why I think real songwriters write songs in the first place. We write songs because we write songs. That's how we express ourselves. That's how we communicate. And it's almost self-therapy, to some level. But anyway, a lot of people wanted to hear Shutting Detroit Down. So I know there's a lot of folks out there watching tonight that have probably lost their jobs in the past few weeks. I saw a pretty good report today that folks are starting to get hired back, but man, there's a lot of people around our country in a tough spot. So I will send this out to each and every one of our men and women out there, our working class, that are hanging in there. You keep doing it. This is called Shutting Detroit Down. I dare you tell me in this country everyone's the same. Work hard for your dollar and never pass the blame if it don't go your way. Now I see all these big shots whining on my evening news about how they're losing billions and it's gave it to you. Hope you like that one. Shutting Detroit down. Guy Fieri's coming up. He's, I checked in with him a few minutes ago. He looks, put it this way, he looks very comfortable. I'll just put it to you like that. He looks very comfortable. He looks like you would think Guy Fieri would be looking on a Friday afternoon. And I cannot wait to connect you with him. Just a few minutes. He's coming in here. There's a song also that a lot of people ask for that I haven't sang in a long time because we ain't been doing shows, but it goes like this. Sometimes it feels just like you're so far away. Don't take time to say things we used to say. And I can't remember the last time together we lost in each other's eyes, and it just ain't right. Come on, baby, let's leave tonight. I just wanna run, I just wanna run away with you. And let it wide open, set 'em on fire, crazy like we used to do, yeah. Don't matter where we're going, up on a mountain, down by the beach side, till we find the love that we've been into. Hey, I just wanna run, I just wanna run away with you. Yeah. I just wanna run away with you. I miss midnight kiss, loving you all night long. This life's like a riptide, barely hanging on. Caught up in the worry, always in a hurry, losing what we're all about. Let's slow it down. Yeah. Take my love and get out of this town. I just wanna run, I just wanna run away with you. And let 'em wide open, set 'em on fire, crazy like we used to do, yeah. Don't matter where we're going, up on the mountain, down by the beach side, till we find the love that we really need. Hey, I just wanna run, I just wanna run away with you. I just wanna run away with you. I wanna lay you down with nothing but the sun, my name on your lips. Hey, let it all go, real close, find that place again. 'Cause I just wanna run, I just wanna run away with you, yeah. And let 'em wide open, set 'em on fire, crazy like we used to do, yeah. Don't matter where we're going, up on a mountain, down by the beach side, till we find the love that we really into. Hey, I just wanna run, I just wanna run away with you. Yeah, I just wanna run away with you. Yeah, I just wanna run away with you. Some country music for you, little Big and Rich. Can I get a yee-haw? Bring him up, John Rich Happy Hour. A toast to you. Thank you for joining me on a Friday night. I'm having some Redneck Riviera whiskey right now. RedneckRiviera.com. We now have 10,000 plus stores on our store locator. So when the show is over, go check it out. And 10% to the Folds of Honor, which puts kids through college who lost a parent in combat. And so far, Redneck Riviera whiskey now has paid for over 100 college grants. I'm pretty proud of that. To all of our active duty and veterans out there and their families, God bless each and every one of you men and women. Thank you for the job that you've done for our country. I believe it's time to bring on our special guest. Do we have our special guest? Okay, my buddy Russell's here. Everybody say hi, Russell, on the comments. He's helping me. He actually works full-time at Redneck Riviera downtown, our bar. Unfortunately, we took a little damage over this past week, but you know how we are. Take a lick and keep on ticking. This young man's been with us since day one, and he's now standing right here in the house and helping me tonight. So let's bring in our special guest. Where's he at? Mr. Guy Fieri. Let's bring in Mr. Guy Fieri. Here we go, guys. Oh, by the way, if you want to share this, go on your Facebook page and hit share right now, and all your friends can watch this as well. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Hello, Guy.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good, man. I don't know if you can see me, but I can see you, and it's interesting. You put your clothes on.
I can't see you. I just see a song sheet. That's all I see.
That's okay. So you know what I'm singing next, but it's nice to see that you put your clothes on since the last time I saw you.
I appreciate that you're explaining that to everybody, but yes, I thought it would be a little more fitting. I know we're talking about Redneck Riviera whiskey, so I figured I'd have to represent a little bit of the Santo.
Oh, so
Santo tequila.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. So you do have a tequila out right now. Tell me about your tequila, Guy. What's the story?
Well, a good buddy of yours and mine, Sammy Hagar, he's kind of like the tequila whisperer. And when he sold Cabo Wabo, I was all upset about that. I said, you know what, Sammy, if you ever do tequila again, you got to bring me in on the game. He said, I can't ever do it again. I have a covenant not to compete. I said, well, it'll wear out someday, and you'll be back. And when you do, you give me a call. A couple years ago, he gave me a call, and he said, all right, man, it's on. Let's do it. And I said, what's on? What doing what? He says, just say yes or no. I said, Sammy, I don't know what you're talking about. And that's how Santo was born. So we've got a Blanco. This is fantastic. I'll send you some. I know you got to be a tequila lover. And we also do what's called a mezcala, which is half mezcal and half of the Blanco. So it's a kind of a lighter mezcal, not dirty ashtray mezcal. But yeah, good stuff. And thank you by the way, for sending that bottle off. Unfortunately, I'm on the road with my family, and it arrived at my house. So I'm just making sure that the housekeeper, that nobody's drinking it. I said, someone put eyes on that bottle. Make sure it stays there.
Well, I'm so surprised that you're not actually at home right now. I mean, are you ever home? I mean, you're always out on the road. Triple D, Triple G. I mean, what triple letter is coming next, man? I mean, who knows with you? You're always on it.
It takes one to know one, and no, it was good. We're out here in the middle of the Nevada desert. We have a big motorhome. We towed our Jeep behind it, so we've been out in the hills. Didn't see a person, but having a nice time with the family. I haven't spent this, just like you, I haven't spent this much time home, and I can't even tell what last 10 or 20 years. But no, we're just making a nice little family catch-up time, and we'll be back into the mix of things pretty soon. We're going to be shooting Triple D pretty soon, under of course, difficult conditions. But Triple G, I don't know when that's going to be coming back. It's kind of like. That's going to be a tough one getting that many people together. But Triple D, I think we'll be able to do.
Well, so a lot of people asked some questions that they wanted me to ask you, but I had a question of my own, or maybe just more of a statement than a question.
This is going to be good. I know your wind-up, Don. I know the wind-up, so
you know the wind-up. Hey, and you can get as close to your phone as you want, man, because we want to see that hair. We got to see the hair. Show me that hair. Look at that thing. I mean, come on.
That's good for camping here, isn't that?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, your hair is like the top of your head is not that dissimilar to the back end of a Tennessee porcupine. I'm just going to tell you right now, man. I don't know. Let's start with what hair products do you actually use to make that hair stand up like that?
It is not. I'm not kidding you. It's nothing. I mean, I use it, like a wax. But it just stands up. I mean, that's just what happens. I think when you've abused it this long, it doesn't know how to lay down.
It's all that energy coming from what's underneath it just stands it straight up. It's like a light socket, So here's my comment more than a question, okay? It's a question and a comment. So I'm going to be honest with you. I've known you a long time. Nobody in America, including myself, knows the correct way to say your last name. Is it Fieri, 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 Fiero, Fieri? Like what? How are we supposed to say your last name, Guy? You got to let us know once and for all.
Okay, I'm going to give it to you the easiest way I can. And I think that sometimes to learn something, if there's a story behind it, then you get a little bit better. It gives you some connection to it. Okay, so there's this guy named Eddie. All right, guy named Eddie.
Okay.
And he goes walking into Redneck Riviera. Okay, and the doorman says, "Hey Eddie, there's a fee, Eddie. Fee, Eddie."
Are you serious?
Fee, Eddie.
Fee Eddie. So like Eddie, Fee Eddie?
E-R and I in Italian is Eddie.
Right,
Eddie.
got it. So
But I'm not asking everybody to try and get that
No,
deep
no,
with
no.
it. Fee, Eddie.
No, we're going to say it the right way. So it's Guy Fieri. Like you owe a fee to my buddy Eddie. Got it. So Guy Fieri. Is everybody taking notes? I want to make sure everybody
But how
knows.
was that? Was the Redneck Riviera play? Hey, there's a fee, Eddie.
God, that's. Thank you for finally clearing that up, because I know millions of people have been wondering how to say this.
When you got a name like Guy, though, you know, how do you get a cool rock star name like John, like John Rich? I mean,
John.
That's big and rich.
I mean,
you listen. You got. When your last name's Rich, come on.
Well,
But
I mean,
I got.
my last name's cool. John is like that's the name that you name your kid when you're like, okay, what are we gonna name him? We got 5 minutes, so let's just call him John.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
No,
you know,
but Rich. I mean, come on.
Rich is pretty good. Yeah, I like that
Rich
name.
is funny.
It's funny that
No pun intended.
it's funny that my last name is Rich, but I grew up in a double wide trailer in Texas. You know, that was always the joke. But I feel like I'm rich in spirit. I feel like
was just getting a little tour. I was just getting a little tour of the upstairs venue. Doesn't look too double wideish to me anymore.
Well, I've worked hard. You know, I've chased that American dream, and thanks to a bunch of the people watching right now, and for you as well, we've both been very blessed and had great careers and continue to have great careers. I read recently, Guy, that you had your name put on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and there's not a lot of chefs that can say that. How did that feel when that day went down?
You know, I'm still tripping on it. I was raised in a little town in Northern California, and both my parents had a little business, and I never finished high school. I mean, I eventually went to college and graduated college, and so I've always been in the restaurant business, and all I wanted to do is own my own restaurant and be as successful as a chef and be a great dad and all this. So I fulfilled a lot of the goals of my life. And people said, is this your dream come true? I said, to be honest with you, I could never have dreamed of having my name in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So all of that said, it still blows my mind every day. It still is one of those things that I try to put it together and make sense about it. But no, there's 3 chefs. There's Wolfgang Puck, Bobby Flay, and myself, and very, very honored. And the same goes, John. I'm so blessed with the opportunity to do what I love to do, and the fact that people watch it and people enjoy it, and that makes the opportunities come available for me. So, no, I'm the same way. A lot of thank yous to be given, and a lot of people. When I got the Star, I told everybody, I hope you come by and visit this Star, because you have a lot to do with it being here and me getting this opportunity. So, it's still pretty overwhelming.
Well, you mentioned Bobby Flay, so I have to ask, can you beat Bobby Flay?
I don't want to pick that one. Bobby.
Come on, man.
I really think Bobby is one of the best chefs that we have in the country, in the world. He's one of the best. I mean, as an Iron Chef, as a chef, as a restaurant owner, I mean, Bobby he's as tough as they come.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude can do it all.
Well, we enjoy his show, but we love your shows. My kids, my 2 sons, Cash and Colt, they're 8 and 10, and they want to watch Triple D. They love Triple G. Honestly, Triple G's their favorite. They love to watch Triple G. I think they've watched the same Triple G's multiple times, even though they know what's going to happen. They still watch them because you're great.
Well, we got to get them out to the show. We shoot it in Northern California. Triple G. We built a grocery store in a gigantic warehouse because we were doing it in a real grocery store, but there was just too many complications. So we had one of my favorite grocery stores in my hometown. We had them consult, and they came in, and we built every single thing on the shelf is edible. Everything is treated like a real grocery store. So before something expires, we pull it off of the shelf,
Right.
donate it to the food bank.
Oh, that's
So it's
so
a
I
real
was gonna
deal, man.
I was gonna ask you
No,
that.
take time.
Well, I was gonna ask you that. So when I'm watching Triple G, and it looks like I obviously know you're shooting a TV show, but it's built like a straight up grocery store, right?
The codes on the barcodes, the prices, the checkout stand, the whole thing. We have a team that works inside of the set, and every day, all day, they are restocking, scanning
Wow.
codes, knowing when something's going to be out of date. Because we donate over $300,000 a year in food to the food bank to make sure that nothing goes bad. So, like after we finish an episode and we don't need the red snapper anymore,
Right.
we'll call the food bank and say, hey, come on down. We've got 12 snapper and we've got a bunch of bread and this and this and this. So the food bank comes by every day and we help them out.
Well, that's a great thing. There's a lot of kids right now in quarantine that because school, got cut off. We all know that a lot of kids are in such a shape that they get their meals from school. So when school got shut off, there's a lot of kids that get caught in that gap. So good for you. I'm glad Triple G is supporting that. I wanted to ask you a question. So every now and then I'll call Guy Fieri. I will call Guy Fieri, and every now and then Guy Fieri will actually answer my phone call. I mean, you're a rock star, bro. You're a rock star. Everybody knows that. So, but when I am sitting on hold, right? So I call Guy Fieri, and I'm waiting for you to hopefully answer the phone. I hear screaming rock and roll music coming through my ear as you're waiting music. Can I assume you're a big rock and roll fan?
Oh, I'm a big rock fan, big country fan. I'm a big music fan. I'm a big live music fan. I think it's something I wish, like having Sammy Hagar as my business partner is awesome. But Sammy is not only a great rock star, but he's also a really great chef. So he gets best of both worlds. All I get is the chef side of things. I always wish I could do any of it. I wish I could sing. I wish I could play guitar. I wish I could do any of it. But just for some reason, it was not in my cards.
I'm a
big music fan.
I wish I had an outside bar grill at my house. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to show everybody one of your books right now. This is the Guy Fieri Family Food Book right here. We have this in our house, and while we've been in quarantine, we've been flipping through the pages of your book here and coming up with some cool ways to cook new things. Have you found new ways to do things during quarantine at your house?
I cook all the time. It's my favorite thing to do. And matter of fact, we're on the road trip right now. So I'm cooking. My wife, we just load up. She says, well, what are the menus going to be? And she knows better than to ask what the menu's going to be. I take all the spices from my house and put them in my RV. So I've got, 30 spices.
What's your favorite spice? Of all the spices, what's the go-to? Like, man, this always makes everything taste better no matter what. If I toss this in there, it's going to be better. Is there a one get-her-done, Larry the Cable Guy style spice?
The one get-it-done is fresh cracked black pepper.
Bingo.
Black pepper is, in its own world, is just so critical. And most people, if you buy pre-ground pepper, it's kind of like coffee. Nobody goes and gets coffee that's pre-ground anymore, or most people don't, I should say. Everybody wants to grind it. You go to a coffee house, you go and get an espresso, or you go and get Americano, they grind it right for you as you go. And the coffee bean and peppercorn are both very similar in the sense that as soon as you crack them open, that's when you really get.
That's why I brush my teeth with black ground peppercorns. I brush my teeth with it, man, and it just lights my teeth on fire. I love it so much. It lights my teeth on Fieri. I tell you right now. Hey, so Guy, just as a thank you for you coming on the John Rich Happy Hour, I wanted to sing you a song, knowing you're a big rock and roll fan, and Hagar, we know Sammy too. But I wanted to sing you a rock song sung by a country singer in Nashville style. Can I do that for you?
I'm so down.
All right, let's see what you think about this. Well, honey, you shook me all night long.
album of you covering all the great classic rock songs, that would really be awesome. Dude, seriously.
We would call we would call it Big and Rich picking on AC/DC. You know what I mean?
It would be. You got to throw a little Hagar in there. I'd love to hear you do a little I Can't Time 55.
I would love that one too.
You ever heard of Hayseed Dixie?
I have. Yeah, they have all the picking on records. Yeah, those guys.
Oh, those guys.
They actually did a picking on Big and Rich, which is pretty crazy. So anyway, I'm glad you. I just wanted to sing you a little something, just to say thank you. So I wanted to ask you about your car. So that red Camaro that you're driving around all the time. Obviously, that's your car. That's not some prop car. When did you get that car? How long have you had the car? Where did you find the car? Tell me about the car for a minute.
So it's a 68 SSRS. So it came with the 2 packages. It's fully restored. It was a rotisserie car. So I bought the car up in Washington, brought it down, had it broken down. It's got a 502, fuel-injected 502, Tremec 5-speed, everything. I mean, it's all. Is it manual or automatic? Oh yeah, no manual.
Good.
Got to do it. Can't get the right burnout in automatic. I mean, you can.
Well, of course not. No. So I had this idea, Guy, that might be something you and I do in the future, because I know that you support our military in a big way. I know that you love our active duty and our vets. I've seen what you've done for them and how much time you've spent with them.
Absolutely.
So I have a car sitting in my garage here in Nashville that is a numbers matching, never been modified, 1978 Smoking the Bandit Edition Pontiac Trans Am 406.6 4-speed Hearst. Okay?
One of my all-time favorite cars.
So what if you and I did a celebrity drag race for Folds of Honor? Would that be something you might want to do?
I'm ready today. Tell me when.
I just have to make sure that you haven't put like nitrous in the back of your car or something. Like your car's pretty much standard. Can I hang with you?
I think you'll do just fine. I got to tell you, that Bandit car, it is. I'm telling you, my wife. My 50th birthday, she bought me a 64 Lincoln Continental, fully done, beautiful car. And she said to me, she goes, "Do you really like it?" I go, "Honey, I've had this car for 2 years. I wanted to buy it. The guy wouldn't sell it." And I said, she goes, "You sure? Because I almost bought you this numbers matching Smokey the Bandit car."
Oh.
You what? Oh. So it's if you ever come across one that's in your condition that is numbers matching, I'm always looking.
Well, I have one. Unfortunately, it's not for sale. But I do think that you and I drag racing would probably raise a lot of money for Folds of Honor. That being said, I saw some. So interesting.
Let's take it a step farther.
Take it a step farther. What's your step farther?
I'm coming to Nashville. I'm opening a chicken joint. I have a chicken joint called Chicken Guy. Don't ask how we came up with the name, but
it makes no sense whatsoever.
I know. You just got to do what you got to do. But we're getting ready to open. We were supposed to open by now, but unfortunately, the situation we've all been in has slowed that down. But it'll be happening before the end of the year, probably middle of the year. So when I come out there, it would be a great time. Bring the car out. You come do Triple D with me. Bring Cole and Cash. We'll put them in the car. And we'll shoot the Triple D in Nashville. But what we could do is we could do a barbecue / music concert / drag race, raise some money, and invite some vets. I'm a big fan of the vets. I mean, we are the greatest country in the world. We go through difficult times. But I have to say one thing. The men and women and their families, we can't forget the families in there. Most important people and what they do and what they offer us, the freedom. I'm just a huge fan of our current military and our veterans. So you tell me when and where and how, and I am down, buddy.
Well, now that I know you're coming, we're going to have to make this a reality. We'll get Lieutenant Colonel Dan Rooney from the Folds of Honor to drop that flag, and me and you'll go at it on a quarter mile and see. I don't know, man. It may come down to the driver at that point. I mean,
I just think when it comes down, I'm just going to spin the wheels and you're going to smoke me. I don't know how this is going. I'm getting set up.
I don't know.
I'm going to get beat by
If I know that's going to happen, I might have to practice. Now, I will tell you an interesting thing that happened during quarantine is I became friends through Twitter with Robert Irvine, and as I got to be friends with Robert, I saw that you and Robert had done a lot of things together too for our military. So I had a couple questions for you about Mr. Robert there. Now, are his muscles really that big? Or is he like just a really beefed up guy and he's 5'2"? Like, what does he really look like in person? Because I've never seen him in person.
You have the funniest questions, dude. So Robert's one of my really close friends. I was the best man at his wedding.
Oh, wow.
So I've known Robert for a long time. His arms are that big around. He's about my height. I'm about 5'10", 5'11". So he's 6 foot. So he's proportionate.
He's huge, right? I mean, dude, he's like the Lou Ferrigno of chefs.
But he's lean, too. He's not, there's no body fat on that cat. He's just one big dude.
Well, you know why?
One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I mean, you want to talk about a giver. This guy is on the road probably 275, 300 days a year just supporting our military. My son just walking right through. That was awesome. But there goes Hunter.
What's up, young man? What's up, son?
What are you doing? What are you doing? I just got done working. We're loading up. We got to leave early in the morning for our next stop. We're going to Utah, and we're camping there. And we've got about a 10-hour run. So by the time, we have to get everything packed up during the day today, so we can get up at 6 in the morning and hit the road.
Well, man, thank you for joining us, and it's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
You know, listen, we look forward to you coming to Nashville, Guy, and now we know how to say your name correctly, Fieri. We got it down, and everybody go get this book. I'm telling you right now, we have been going through this book page by page during quarantine. There's a lot of great stuff in Guy Fieri's family food. Do you get offended when they say Fieri, or you just don't care?
I don't. It's been so long. It doesn't bother me at all. You know what? I like when someone does get it right, though. You know, I can tell off that fans. I'll tell you a good one. I was in, I don't know where I was, but it was somewhere down in shooting Triple D about 10, 12 years ago. There was two ladies sitting across from us in a diner, and they were talking back and forth about being a fan. And they're arguing about who knows more about me, and on and on and on and on. One lady yelled at the other lady and said, "Listen, I know everything there is to know about Gus Ferrari."
Oh, okay. Everything there is to know. I got Gus down to a T.
About Gus Ferrari.
I got him down.
Well, listen, I appreciate you having me. You know, we were just having a conversation. Some of my buddies, I was just talking about coming on the show and being invited to the happy hour, which I say thank you so much. But we were talking about the first time we met you, and I rolled in with a huge group of my buddies, and we all showed up in Redneck Riviera. And you treated us, you didn't know, I mean, you knew me, but you didn't know my 12 friends that were with me. And you treated everybody like they were all rock stars. And to this day, and the same with Big Kenny, you know, I had him up to my ranch one time, and, you know, it's just you guys are the most grounded. I take example of that, you know, and being backstage with you and hanging a few times, I'll tell you something, I take example of how you treat people and how you talk to people and how you recognize your fans. And the fact that you're taking the time to do this on a Friday evening and entertain everybody and let folks come and see this for free just shows what kind of dude you are. So I really appreciate you having me, man. You're a good friend. You're an amazing artist. And all the others, all the other names on the list.
Well,
and you tell those two boys, by the way,
yeah.
You tell those two boys that when they have a question about how to cook or they want to get something done, they can call their Uncle Guido. Tell them to call me up.
Will do.
I'll give a FaceTime cooking lesson to those boys anytime.
Will do. Well, hey, you hold up a little Santos tequila. I'm assuming you got some nearby, right? This is a happy hour. There you go. Y'all go check out Guy Fieri's Santos tequila and some Redneck Riviera. Hell, buy one bottle of each, and you'll know you'll be hanging with me and Guy. Guy, thank you for being one of the good guys. We appreciate you being on the happy hour. Have a great vacation with your family. Thanks for sharing some time with us. God bless you. God bless the USA. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah, buddy. Thanks for having me, John.
Thanks, Gus. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. There's Guy Fieri. Fieri. Guy Fieri. Go ahead. Oh, my God. See you, guys. See ya.
See you guys on the
Oh, is that one of the greatest things you ever saw? I mean, big thanks to Guy for joining us. You can tell. So he's out. I guess he's out in the middle of the desert somewhere. But made it a point to make sure he had some Wi-Fi. And what a good dude. You know, it's nice to see him when he's not on TV. I don't think people get to see him like that very much. So, like I said, if you want to share this broadcast with people, you can. I think they're gonna love it and appreciate what they just saw. And I think that drag race would be insane. Can you imagine him in that red Camaro and me in the Smokey and the Bandit car, folds of honor, Lieutenant Colonel drops the thing and take off down the road. I mean, it'd be fun. All right. Some country music. Where's all my country girls out there tonight? Where you at, ladies? Are you still hanging in there? I've heard country girls like to tune into the John Rich Happy Hour. I hope you're there. I see a lot of people watching, so here's a song I wrote with my buddy Shannon Lawson. And by the way, when this live stream is over, you can go check Shannon Lawson out on his Facebook page as well. That dude is bad to the bone. Here's one we wrote for all the country girls. It goes like this. Baby, when I look at you with them baby blues, cut right through me, silly on the rewind back to the good time. Couldn't get enough of me. Guess I'm giving myself away. Saying all the things I never did say. I lose myself and nothing else I can do. Yeah, baby, when I look at you. Yeah, baby, when I look at you. Last thing I thought I'd see was you behind the wall from me, and holding on that turkey bottle, shooting them down and run for bottle. Oh, I can still taste the last time you and me knew nothing but the tan line keeps running through my mind, on and on and on and on. And baby, when I look at you with them baby blues, cut right through me. Sell me on the rewind back to the good time. Couldn't get enough of me. Guess I'm giving myself away. Saying all the things I never did say. I lose myself and nothing else I can do. Yeah, baby, when I look at you. Yeah, baby, when I look at you. I know I'm watching. You low cut on the dance floor, rocking. Got the whole place worked up and locking. Every move so sexy is shocking. Girl, you sure do know how to serve it. When I did the Lord, I deserve it. You know my heart, you know how to earn it. On and on and on and on. Come on. Baby, when I look at you with them baby blues, cut right through me. You set me on the rewind back to the good time. You couldn't get enough of me. Guess I'm giving myself away. Saying all the things I never did say. I lose myself ain't a Big and Rich concert, but hey, that's a good song. That's a good song. Thank you guys for making that a hit for us, by the way. We appreciate it. Well, I got a little change in my pocket going jing-a-ling-a-ling. I wanna call you on the phone, wanna give you a ring. Oh, but each time I call, I get the same old thing. Always no hubby, no kissy until I get wet and rain. My honey, my baby, don't put my love on no shelf. She said, don't have me no lines and keep your hands to yourself. Are you feeling good on a Friday night now, John Rich? Happy hour, baby. I said, baby, 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 why you wanna treat me this way? You know I'm still your lover boy. I still feel the same way. That's when she started talking about 3 million accounts. She said, no hubby, no kissy, till I get wet and down. My honey, my baby, don't put my love upon no shelf. She said, don't have me no lines and keep that thing to yourself. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, something tells me you guys are having fun out there tonight. Hello, now. All right, here we go. We gotta break it down. Now I wanted her real bad. Now I was starting to give in. That's when she started talking about true love. Started talking about sin. I said, honey, I'll live with you for the rest of my life. She said, no hubby, no kissy, till you make me your wife. My honey, my baby, don't put my love on no shelf. She said, don't have me no lines and keep your hands to yourself. I got a change in my pocket going jing-a-ling-a-ling. Wanna call you on the phone, wanna give you a ring. But each time I call, I get the same old thing. Always no hubby, no kissy, till I get wet and rain. My honey, my baby, don't put my love on no shelf. She said, don't have me no lines and keep your hands to yourself. Can I hear from the ladies one time? Hold 'em up, hold 'em up. I know my good friend Vicki McGee, he's out there watching. Here's to Vicki. Thank you, darling. One of the best songwriters in Nashville of all time, actually, is watching right now. And she watches every week. Matter of fact, Vicki and I were next door neighbors for probably 6 or 7 years. And she and I wrote songs like Hick Town and Holy Water and I mean on and on and on, all these songs. But there is one song, I don't think it's really a happy hour song, but just for Vicki, I wanted to play a verse and a chorus of it because she's like my sister. She's like family to me and my family. So Vicki, I know you're watching. I know you got a watch party actually going on at your house right now. I'm gonna sing a little piece of this. This is something, darling, you and I wrote that Tim and Faith made into a big hit. I think it was nominated for like 3 or 4 Grammys too. It was a big deal. So a little something I wrote with my friend Vicki. Goes like this. This is kind of fun, guys. You know what I mean? Vicki, you ready? You never looked so good as you did last night. Underneath those city lights, there, walking with your friend, laughing at the moon. I swear you looked right through me, but I'm still living with your goodbye. quite an afternoon we spent, wasn't it, writing that song? God bless you. Let's do a couple more songs. I know you guys are getting into your weekend here for a minute. I will say one more time about my whiskey, Redneck Riviera whiskey. So every Saturday, which is tomorrow, last time I checked, quarantine every day is kind of the same day, but every Saturday we're seeing these spikes all over America that people are going out and grabbing a bottle of Redneck Riviera whiskey to check it out, test it out, see what they think about it. And I just want to give you a little background on this bottle. I'm going to do it quick, and then I'm going to get back into some music. But I made a decision a long time ago when I launched this bottle. This is actually one of the first, 2018. This was the first year it came out. I made a decision as the owner of this brand to make my glass in America. My corks are made in America. The cork comes from Ohio. The glass comes from Northern California. And the whiskey inside of here comes from parts around America. Some throughout the Midwest, some in Kentucky, here and there. But everything in this package, when you see it in a liquor store, grocery store, is made in the USA. And with 40 million people out of work now, I think more than ever it's important that we do support American jobs and that we do our part to get our country back up on its feet. And beyond that, 10% of every bottle of that gets sold, as you know, goes to the Folds of Honor, putting kids through college who lost a parent in combat. Can you think of a stronger way to say, thank you for your service, man or woman? No, there's no stronger way. So we've now funded over 100 college scholarships through the Folds of Honor, and I'm very proud of that. So check out foldsofhonor.org, by the way, on top of that. But let's sing a couple more songs. You ready? Oh, how do you find the whiskey? Somebody just sent me a message. Well, how do we find it? Well, it's very simple. When this little program is over, this John Rich Happy Hour, stay on your computer, go to redneckriviera.com, the store locator, put in your zip code, boom. You're going to find a store near you. We have now almost 11,000 stores that carry it. Two more songs. Here we go. Is that right? It's pretty good. I've got to tune it. I tune because I care. All right, it might be the silliest song ever written in country music, but it has become the Sweet Home Alabama of Big and Rich. And if I don't play this, you're going to throw something at me right through the screen. Here we go. For all the crazy party people on the John Rich Happy Hour, it goes like this. 3, 4. Oh, you know what's up now. Say, everybody jump down now. Well, I'm walking to the room, passing out $100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like a horn on my Silverado grill. I'm about to fall, triple around the crowd. Everybody's getting down in this town. What? It ain't never gonna be the same. 'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise, cause the girls down so pretty. I be riding up and down Broadway with my old stuffy boy. And the girls say, save us, ride a cowboy. Yeah, everybody said, save us, ride a cowboy. I don't give a dang about nothing. I'm singing and blang-blanging while the girls sing it, girls. Long necks down, and I wouldn't trade over your Roy. My Chevrolet for your Escalade, for your real parade. I'm the only John Wayne left in this town. And I saddle up my old and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise, cause the girls down so pretty. Be riding up and down Broadway with my old stuffy boy. And the girls say, save us, ride a cowboy. Yeah, everybody said, save us, ride a cowboy. Are we feeling good out there tonight in America? Are we feeling good? I think you are. I think you are. Here comes the big Kenny Clark. The big Kenny Clark. 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm a thoroughbred, that's what she said in the back of my truck bed as we was getting buzzed. Don't shut up. Out on some backcountry road. Flying high, flying is fine. Having ourselves a bigger rich I could think of. And we made love, and I said I love my own. And I'm riding through the city. I made a lot of noise. Clouds are rolling down so pretty. I be riding up and down Broadway with my old stuff big boy. And the girls say, oh, let's ride a cowboy. Everybody say, oh, let's ride a cowboy. What? Say, oh, let's ride a cowboy. The last time singing, say, oh, let's ride a cowboy. Oh, you know you wanted to hear that one. It's happy hour. Hold your drinks high in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Toast to another week. Another week. We got one under our belt. I'm going to do one more song. One more song. And I have never, ever in my life played this song. I've sang it a million times with other people singing it, or I've sang along with it, but I've never like sat with a guitar and played it. But I wanted to sing it. What a tough week this has been for our country, and watching what's going on around our country, to see, honestly, to see two groups of people conflated with each other, to see peaceful protesters be mixed up with rioters. It's two different groups of people. To see good police officers be branded by what bad police officers do. You know, we're all watching this play out right now, and I think in the middle of all of that is all this uncertainty and things that anger us on every angle. You know, I'm angry to see somebody, a police officer, kill that man. Makes me angry. He did not deserve that. Nothing anywhere near it. In my opinion, nothing short of murder. What went down with Mr. Floyd. And people are upset, and I'm upset about it. But then you see peaceful protesters get hijacked, like in our town in Nashville. And they get hijacked by other groups that want to burn down your buildings and throw bricks through the windows, and they're not peaceful protesters. They're not in the spirit of MLK at all. And then the peaceful protesters have to be blamed for something they didn't even do. And on the other side, you see police officers that would never in a million years treat somebody like that. But yet, they get lumped in because of what somebody did. And this is the spot we're in now. And it's terrible. And I know we all see it and we all feel it. And it's complicated, but I think the simplicity that might lie between all of us is that we're all Americans and we live in this country. Now, the ones of us that love this country, no matter what your political ideology might be, if you love this country and you love the opportunity this country gives you and your kids and people that will have your last name that you'll never know, and you want to see our country do better, as we all do. Our country's not perfect. Our country can do better. But at the end of the day, we're still Americans. You know, we're still probably the only force that still exists that has kept God knows what from happening around the world. So there's this song that I think is like the Star Spangled Banner for our generation, and I've never sang it, but I'm gonna do the best I can. It won't be as good as the man, but a song written by my buddy Lee Greenwood. And I will end with this tonight, and I will wish America a better week, starting right now. If tomorrow all the things were gone, worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this man. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless you. God bless the USA. I'll see you next Friday for another John Rich Happy Hour. You guys have a great weekend. Have a great week. Stay strong, America. We love you. God bless you.